Hello, fellow Toastmasters and honored guests, if we have any. Today I would like to share a topic with you that I'm passionate about and currently studying at university as an engineering student. The topic of artificial intelligence is more relevant than ever with its growing impact on business, jobs, research, and our very own personal lives. Sorry, I had some slides here. Let's go to our next slide. Okay, my speech will begin with a definition of AI. I will then, I will then discuss how a specific algorithm works, followed by a real-world example. Lastly, I will conclude with some risks and benefits of this technology. AI stands for artificial intelligence, which is a subset of the field of computer science. The field of AI is tasked with simulating human intelligence in computers. AI technologies are sometimes referred to in the news as automation. A subset of AI is machine learning, which uses algorithms to learn from data in which the algorithms are not explicitly programmed. I will be focusing on these type of algorithms for this speech. Throughout this speech, I will use the terms AI and machine learning interchangeably to mean algorithms that learn from data. Okay. AI prevalence is growing rapidly with no signs of slowing. Over the past few years, businesses have adopted AI technologies at an increasing rate, with now half of all American companies instituting some form of AI. According to Oxford economists Osborne and Frey, 47% of Americans are projected to be directly impacted by 2035 in their places of work, in their job, due to further expansion of the AI domain. In the political sphere, even presidential candidates are using AI and automation for their platforms, for their campaigns. So it's becoming more and more popular. There are several reasons why AI has become popular among businesses and researchers. Machine learning techniques are inexpensive to implement when compared to the return on investment. They solve complex problems quickly without the need of powerful computing. Most importantly, though, machine algorithms are excellent at pulling obscure information out of large data sets. So they are good at finding trends in complex data where no human could otherwise, or at least it would take a very, very long time. Okay, so what does a machine algorithm look like? The most straightforward machine learning algorithm is linear regression in 2 dimensions. This algorithm originates from statistics and has been appropriated by machine learning researchers. The machine learning implementation will allow the algorithm to draw conclusions about the data set. So this is the hypothesis. You might recognize this from your algebra class. This is actually just, think of this as y equals mx plus b, which is like slope-intercept form, right? So it's just a line. Here's your parameters, same things here. This is just calling them parameters. This is our cost function. It looks really complex. It's not. It's just using the least squares method. It's just a summation. It's nothing that complicated. It just looks kind of weird. Our goal is to minimize this cost function. Okay, and this will become clear in just a moment. Okay, so here's an example of linear regression. Right here we have our variable, our dependent variable, and our independent variable and our dependent variable. And the way this works is the green squares are the data, and we want to fit this line. This line is that hypothesis, okay? That's what this cost function gets us. It produces a whole bunch of different lines. Most of them will not fit, or only one will fit. And this is the one that fits this data set. So this is the ultimate hypothesis right here. This is the one you want to get. Okay? Let's see, moving on. Okay, so now we're going to visualize the cost function. So this is that J cost function right here. Here's our parameters, theta naught and theta 1. And this is just a way to kind of see what's going on with what's being produced by the cost function. These little blue stars are all the different possible hypotheses. So you see some of them are really high. They have a really high cost. And some of them have a really low cost. And we want the one with the lowest cost. That's called the global minimum. So if we get the one with the lowest cost, we have minimized how far away this. The easiest way to explain this is the distance between the line and the data. Is just draw a red vertical line. we want to make sure the total length of all these little red lines is minimized. That's the easiest way to think about it. So that's how you fit a line to data. And this is a machine learning algorithm, so it's pretty cool. Okay, so here's a real world example. All right, so here we have, there's actually two sets of data you're looking at here. And there's two fitted lines. Let's ignore the fitted lines for a moment. The two sets of data are made up of male and female groups. And each of them have their readings for blood pressure and for their cholesterol. And as you can see, obviously, as your cholesterol goes up, as your blood pressure goes up, your cholesterol tends to go up too. That's not a big surprise. But what was a big surprise is that actually females are at higher risk. As you can see, higher cholesterol puts you at higher risk for cardiovascular disease. And women are actually at higher risk, especially as we get these higher levels of blood pressure. And that was not previously assumed, because it is the common case that men actually have a higher incidence of cardiovascular disease and heart attacks. But in the case of high blood pressure, women are actually at higher risk. So a 2014 study was done, and it confirmed that this is actually true. And since then, medical treatment for women has been improved in that area because they are at higher risk with higher blood pressure. So there's machine learning in the real world. Now this is only in 2 dimensions. In a real machine learning application that's more modern, there would be many more terms, so maybe hundreds or even thousands more terms here. So it gets really, really complicated. And that's where you need these kind of algorithms. That's where they shine. Okay, so what does the rise of AI mean for us humans? AI is classified as a disruptive technology, which is good for the economy but tends to reshuffle the job market. Other risks include over-reliance, where too much trust is given to sophisticated but fallible algorithms, biased results, which can happen when engineers unknowingly insert their own biases into the machine learning algorithms they create, abuses, where AI technologies are used to limit the privacy and liberty of citizens through intrusive and unethical data mining or other modes. But there are a lot of benefits too. The benefits include AI can supercharge your work tasks, allowing you to be more productive and reduce day-to-day monotony at your job. AI excels at repetitive tasks that otherwise limit your creativity. A more productive day could lead to less hours at the office and more time for family and the things that are meaningful. New job creation is projected to continue increasing as a result of AI technologies. And lastly, technology has a long history of generating more wealth, health, and prosperity for society. And that's it.